sleep easy changes. In this video, I'm going to talk about some relatively easy changes that we can make that will somewhat improve our sleep. Because again, often, particularly when people first start with us, their attempts to change their sleep are very challenging, shall we say. They want to go from only having 4 hours sleep a night to having 8 hours. And the problem with actually specifying a specific amount of sleep is that we only have so much control over that. We can do everything that in theory helps our sleep, but if we then don't end up asleep for 8 hours, we feel that we failed. We feel that we should leave it until next week. And a big adjustment like that is hard work. There's a chance it's not even going to happen. It's not even going to get off the ground. So what are the easiest changes that we can make that will somewhat improve our sleep? Might it be that we decide to stop looking at tech a certain amount of time before bedtime? Because despite what we tell ourselves about it being relaxing, flashing 30 images per second into our brain for a majority of people actually keeps us awake. And if that's what we've been doing and we're not sleeping well, I think trialing reducing it in that run up to bedtime is probably worthwhile. Could we reduce our caffeine intake? Reducing caffeine intake, particularly later in the day, is probably the easiest thing you can do. It requires less than zero effort because actually having a caffeinated drink takes more time and effort than not having one. Could we gradually reduce that over time? If we have 5 or 10 caffeinated drinks through the day now, could we aim for next week to be 10, the following week to be 8, and so on? Easy changes that would benefit our sleep. Could we just intend to be in bed for a certain time every night? Whether or not we sleep, it's more likely, but there's only so much control we have over that, but we can just choose to get in bed for a certain time every night. Could we choose to reduce the light exposure coming into our bedrooms at night? There's a lot of research that shows that even a tiny bit of light from LEDs leaking around the sides of curtains affects not just the duration but also the depth of sleep and therefore how refreshed we are. Getting some blackout blinds, covering up LEDs, getting some little sides to go around doors to stop light pollution coming in is incredibly easy. It's a one and done thing that takes somewhere between seconds and minutes but has a disproportionate benefit. But again, no right or wrong. From your point of view, if your sleep isn't where you'd like it to be, what are the easiest and most likely to happen tweaks and adjustments and changes that you can make that will improve that somewhat?